and Jason's going to make it because I've never actually made one before.
It's super easy.
I know it is. I mean, I've messed with some Kydex, but I've never actually made one. So, you make a quality knife like this, and you stick it in something like that.
A plastic piece of crap.
That's just with nylon webbing on it. Yeah, get that out of here. Yeah, exactly. Let's make a real sheath.
All right. So what I typically do is I just try to find out how much material I need, and I usually give myself some slack.
Right, because you're going to trim.
Yeah, like you think about kind of where the eyelets are going to go.
Right.
So, and some extra there. That looks about right to me.
Looks about right, yeah.
That's about 4 inches, so that tells me I need 8 inches of material for 2 sides. 4 times 2.
That works out. It's mathematically, that's correct.
Yeah, I did that all by myself in my head.
I'm proud of you.
Lengthwise, I mean, we can make this however you want, but typically, like with a knife like this, you'd want the sheath to end somewhere right around in here-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make it bigger, but that's...
No. I want it low. I want tension to probably, I guess this is what we'll use for tension. And then I want a thumb push on the top.
Man, no problem.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Just like we typically do.
Yeah, so right about there. Give ourselves some room on the end to play with.
Very nice.
Something like that.
I like it.
And because I am OCD, I will make sure that it is exactly on an inch mark there and cut this the same. And then really all I'll do is just kind of score it and break it. People do it differently, but a bandsaw would probably be the tool for this job. But I don't have a bandsaw.
Or a table saw.
Yeah. But I don't have a bandsaw. Table saw would work actually pretty good. But this gets the job done.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So
tell us what happens if you don't get it right.
If you don't get it right?
You know how the producers are always like, so tell us like if you
that's right. If you should fail, what would happen?
What are the consequences of this not working out for you today?
Exactly. That's what we did. So we decided here. Let's trim that off, and we can use that for another sheath.
More scores.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Was that 4 inches?
It is.
It landed on an inch mark again. Magic how that worked out.
It's pretty amazing.
Just the way you do that, I'm like, getting cut. So we're going to put this in the oven at 350 for 2 minutes.
Yeah, actually I put it in for, what did I do? 450 for 3 minutes.
450 for 3? So my cake would have been underdone. Good thing we're making Kydex.
You can't make a sheath like that. Unbelievable.
But this stuff is easy to work with. I've reshaped sheaths and holsters at home using a heat gun and messing with it, but I've never actually made one. So that's why I wanted to come to a pro that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I am a pro.
Because you do make some nice sheaths, man. That wasn't a shot. I was being legit.
I'm a crafty guy.
You're crafty, yeah.
Crafty guy. So that's all we got.
There we go.
Sheath.
There it is. Just put it, staple it together.
It's fine. It's good to go.
Done.
So literally, I'm going to put it in here at 450 degrees for 3 minutes.
And
don't want to get burnt.
So here's your yeah. We don't. No, I don't want that charred taste to it.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Very
and
nice
then
press,
while we are waiting, we'll just get prepped here. This is my fancy rig that I've made.
This is the press.
This is my press.
That's your panini press.
The panini press.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I make sandwiches and
Kydex.
And I also cook my sandwiches in here.
Yeah.
So I got that going on. I don't do anything to prep the blades because I think it's stupid. Like you use your knife, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, look at it. It's,
and you don't care if it gets scuffs and scratches and scrapes and stuff, right? Yeah. So I don't even understand people that like. I don't.
Yeah. People that get too upset about keeping it pretty. I'm not interested.
Prep the blade properly.
I'm not interested in pretty. I want functional. I want it to work. Yeah. It's a tool.
It's supposed to get scuffs and scratches and scrapes. Yeah. If it doesn't have that. I don't trust a man with a shiny, clean knife.
I don't trust a man with a shiny, clean anything.
I usually put these little thin gloves on because...
The Kydex is hot.
Kydex is a little bit warm. These are perfect for that little thumb.
Oh, that you make in the press? Nice.
Yeah,
okay. Now, how long will that Kydex stay pliable when it comes out of the oven?
Like seconds. You
gotta
be quick.
You got to be fast?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be quick, especially when it's cold outside.
All right.
You got to be...
Yeah.
So I'll actually use you. You're going to be the knife placer.
I will be the knife placer.
You need to put it perfectly in the center and make sure the end of the Kydex is right where you want it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And once you put the knife in there, I'll put the top piece on. situate it, and then we'll get
And
the
we'll
clamp
slam
on
it,
there.
clamp it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a big deal if you screw it up.
We'll just
You
heat it up and do it again.
Yeah, it's not like a
That's
deal breaker.
lovely.
Yeah. All right, so I will be the Kydex man.
And I will be
you
the
are
knife
the knife
placer.
man.
And I'm definitely going to want it right-handed.
It won't matter.
Well,
And when you place it in here, it won't matter.
so okay, I'm thinking it would only flatten one side. Of course, it's going to flatten.
It'll flatten both.
Form both. It's going to form both sides. So yeah, so it won't matter. You're correct. All right.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do this, man. I'll get away from you with the sharp thing.
Yep.
You do your part, and I will do my best to do my part.
There you go.
But you know me, I only had one job.
One job. There. And clamp away. Without hitting the butt of the knife too much.
Yeah.
I need one of those ratchety clamps.
Yeah, that would be faster.
But I don't have one.
Now, how tight do we take this
I'll
thing?
tell you when.
Okay.
That's probably good.
Good?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I usually leave it for a minute or two.
Just let it
Yeah.
cool down in there.
Yeah, minute or two, and it's done. Ding.
Toast is done.
Toast is done. And then it'll be pretty much solidified at that point, and then we can check and see if we did a good job. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
look at that. Yeah, that came
Yeah,
out
so
really nice.
I usually just try to see if I can see the any bevels and
Right.
stuff on it. Then that's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out nice.
Yeah, that did come out very nice.
Yep, it's gonna take some fine tuning.
So we'll probably use a heat gun here to do the.
Yeah, to do
Yeah.
some fine tuning here.
Yep.
But otherwise, I think it's gonna be fine. I've never done the thumb.
I was going to ask you
Thing
if it's going
on-
to be an issue
We'll see.
with a
Maybe not. We'll figure it out.
two-sided one.
Now, what we will do is figure out where we're going to put our. We'll basically figure out like the rough shape of the
whole
sheath.
sheath,
Yeah,
right.
the rough shape, and then we'll figure out where we're going to put our holes. We need quite a bit of space for the eyelets.
Right.
We need. That's probably like where the eyelet's going to go, like
Okay.
somewhere in that spot right
That's
there.
fine.
So we need some space like
Outside of
that.
there, yep.
Yeah, to do it. And then we could always take off more if we need to. But
Yeah, you can sand and grind, cut,
do you,
whatever.
do you have like a specific shape you want this to be?
Not particularly. I mean, I don't want it to be a squared off block, obviously, but we can come down and kind of maybe bevel a little bit and then just do the squared off end. So.
Yeah, I would do like, this is just my opinion, but I would do like that,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
that, and round the corners obviously, but straight edges.
Yep. Yeah, just like that. Pretty much exactly what I was thinking.
Edge is hard to see, it's probably right. Eyelet will go there,
Yeah.
edge is gonna be there.
So just change that angle there a little bit.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So that's pretty wide, it's a big blade, you know.
It's a big blade, and I knew that going in. That
Yeah.
We're gonna have some beef here.
So if you're cool with that,
I'm perfect with it.
all right, then that's
great.
Then that's what we'll do. All right, so what we'll do now, before we trim anything, is we'll get a couple eyelets.
Drill
in
it and get it nailed together so
Yeah.
they can't move and
Yeah,
shift. There
exactly.
you go. Yeah.
You don't have to do all the eyelets, but
You gotta get at least two of them in, probably.
yeah, we'll probably do. Need to get a drill. I think the bit is here. This was my dad's. One of my dad's first
Wow,
drills.
that's an antique.
All right.
Like,
Think it still works?
I bet it will.
I bet it works.
That's old Black & Decker right there, man. I mean, that is like,
Old.
whoa.
My
The Smithsonian know you got this thing?
no, right? Give it a squeeze.
Except we have a bank drill bit. That's right. There were a couple others over there. Let me grab one.
Yeah. See.
Cool. So now all we gotta do is drill some holes,
Yeah. Make sure.
put in
this
some
is-
rivets.
Make sure this is where we want it. And then we'll figure out where we want our holes. The most important one is the first one.
Okay.
Because if we don't, our retention's going to get all screwed up.
Okay.
So, just by eyeballing it, I feel like it needs to be right about there.
Yep. Okay. Because we can adjust the tension by heating and spreading the stock
Yeah.
side to get us our snap into the
Yeah,
sheath.
but if you get too close with this one, it gets, for one, you can't really get the eyelet in there very good.
Right.
If you get too far away, the retention's going to be not enough.
Right.
So somewhere in there, I think is going to be about perfect.
Cool. And then if we put these either side 1.5 inches apart, that'll allow a tech lock to get to it
Yeah.
or what have you.
Yeah, 1.5 inches is the
Okay.
distance.
That's the number?
Mm-hmm. Just don't want any of that crap in there because it'll make it, give it a space between.
Right, yeah, and it can mess up the setting of the rivet. So.
Right. We don't have time for that.
Negative.
We don't have good time for
It's a
that.
top-notch operation here.
I appreciate that. You know, thanks for noticing. a lot of people don't appreciate. You know.
Two of them right there.
Oh.
I'm a good helper.
Look at you.
I'm a good helper.
You are. So you were right-handed.
Yes.
So you were going to want to wear it either probably like this,
Yeah.
right side,
Or I'll wear it the other way too to draw
or would you
with my
want it
left
on
hand.
the left side?
Well, I'm going to want to be able to wear it on either side.
So it doesn't really matter that
Doesn't
much.
really matter to me.
Well, I just like to put the nicer side of the rivet.
Put
on
it
the,
so for right-hand carry,
Yep.
predominantly,
Okay.
and then I'll adjust from there.
Well, that's what I'll do. And now this is a little bit of an art here, from what I found. Like I've said, I'd like to have one of those presses, but I just haven't invested in one yet. So just kind of gradually start tapping it. Take a look-see.
See which side, or do you
Yep.
need to roll, or
Yep, and if it's giving me kind of a funky spread, then I'll roll it around to the side. That's pretty good.
yeah, that looks great.
It's not beautiful, but you know,
There's nothing wrong with
it
it.
doesn't have to be.
I'm all about function over form.
That's all I'm about. I'm guessing it's going to be difficult to put in until we flare that,
Yeah.
but I think that's going to be fine.
Looks good.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get the rest of them
Continue
in
the
there.
rivets.
Yeah. If we want to get a tech lock on here, the tech lock holes are spaced about 1.5 inches apart, and we need to make sure we have our holes in the correct spot. Otherwise, that ain't gonna work. So 1.5 inches. And plus, I try to make the holes uniform anyway, just because it looks better. Beautiful. That was a good one.
All right, so now all the rivets are in.
Yeah, we got all our rivet eyelets in there. You kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like now. And now we'll just kind of
Trim it.
yeah, we're just going to
Just
cut
freehand it.
off the excess. I used to use some snips to
Nice.
get the bulk of it off, and
Yep.
then we'll hit the grinder.
Grinder to tune it up.
Yep. That's generally how I get her done. Seems to work.
Trimmed up nice to the edge of the rivets there.
Now I'm recording.
So
Just-
marked out.
Yeah, I just drew out the rough shape of the sheath there. That's approximately how much I'm going to get rid of. And we'll just do that on the grinder.
That's very nice. Yeah, that's not coming out.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Let me see that. It looks great too. Yeah.
Is that better?
It's,
Well,
yeah,
more.
it's way. No, this to me that's just right. Because you know, I was talking about doing the push, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, no, this is perfect.
You
The
don't
way it
need
is.
it?
I'll sand that and clean it a little bit, but that draws perfectly. And I like that when it goes in, it's got a nice positive.
You know it's in.
You got to click, you know it's in there. So you got an audible too. If it was dark and I'm sheathing this knife,
Yeah.
I know I'm in there. So
The only thing that this design doesn't have is a drain hole. And what I've done on Alan's knife is I drilled a hole right.
I was
the
already
tip of the blade.
already thinking of that.
But you can do that.
Yeah, I'll do that later. Yeah.
So sandpaper.
Yep.
Clean
Sand
it up,
the edges,
and then
just
put
knock
your
the burrs off, and then Tech Lock
Lock
or
on.
loops, whichever way.
Yeah.
Because
otherwise
this
it's
is
good.
going to go on a rig, so I'm not sure which position it's going to be mounted in yet. So.
Yeah.
But look at that. So less than an hour, right at an hour probably.
Yeah, probably.
My lovely assistant Jason helped me make this sheath. No, you did really nice work. You did really nice work, man. Thank you. It's great. And now I got my first little lesson in this, and so I'm going to pursue
It's
this at
super
home and do
easy,
even
man.
more.
Yeah.
So
Piece of cake.
very nice. You guys saw how easy that was. There's nothing to this. Kydex. You order this stuff on Amazon, right?
Yeah, probably. I order all of my knife making stuff from holstersmiths.com.
Holstersmiths? Yeah, I know who that is.
Because it's like a one-stop shop for anything and all
Sure.
stuff holster
All
or
right.
sheath related.
Well, there we go. A little shout out to holstersmiths.com. And there you go. Quick, fast, easy.
And it's
And
just
way
a
better
practical
than that
use
one
machine.
that he threw into the woods a minute ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that piece of crap.
This is night and day compared to that.
And
to
it's
me.
thinner, it takes up
Exactly.
less. Even though it might be a little bit wider, it takes up way
It's
less
the
real estate in a
profiles,
pack. Or,
yeah.
Yeah.
Or in a pocket or whatever. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Right on, man. You're welcome, man. And then it'll go in easier too.
Yeah. And it won't mar that blade up.
That's
or
right.
that handle up as much either.
Yeah.
I like to put coconut oil in mine because it's organic.
It's very slippery.
He puts coconut on a lot of things.